In today's tough economic times, a lot of people are trying to branch out and find creative ways to earn some extra income. Maybe you're trying out a side gig or a side hustle to bring in some supplemental income, or maybe you're trying something revolutionary in the hopes that eventually you will be able to quit your traditional 9-to-5 job and do something better. With coronavirus still going around, a lot of people are looking for ways to work at home. They don't want to go out in public or anything like that. So the work from home gigs are stronger than ever right now. Now there is a lot of scammy type of work from home jobs or jobs that don't really pay very well. But what if I told you that there's a job that you could start immediately with almost no upfront costs? It didn't take any specialized training or education to get started, and with just a little bit of effort you could easily earn $1,000 or more each month. Potentially significantly more. So potentially you could earn a fair amount of money, and it's also relatively fun and educational. All you have to do is read a book. That's right, read a book. So here's how this works. All right, so here we are at the website ACX.com. ACX is an acronym. It stands for Audiobook Creation Exchange. Basically what this website is authors that have already written a book. They come here looking for somebody to turn that book into an audiobook. Let's be real, in 2020, a lot of people don't have the time to sit down on the couch and actually read a book. Sometimes an audiobook is just a whole lot more convenient. You can listen to it in your car on the way to work, or maybe at the gym on the treadmill or something like that. So audiobooks have become sort of a trendy craze, and I don't see them going away anytime soon. And so this is one place where authors can come and find people willing to take their books and turn them into audiobooks. Now, as you can see, these books are posted to all the big name websites, Audible, Amazon, and iTunes. So you know these books are going to get a lot of exposure, and then obviously, hopefully, a lot of sales. Now, there's also a wide variety of titles open for audition. So currently there is roughly 2,700 titles that are currently seeking somebody to turn that book into an audiobook. So there is more than enough titles out there. You're pretty well guaranteed to get some work as long as you put in the application. So how does this process work exactly? So if we click over here on what you need to get started, say I am a narrator. So here is going to be kind of the steps on how this whole process works. First off, you're going to create a profile here on acx.com. And then once you've created your profile, you're going to upload some samples to your profile of you speaking and recording your message. Now, you can upload different samples, different styles, different accents. You can just try out different voices. The more you upload, the better your chances are, because let's just say that somebody wrote a Western novel of some sort and they're looking for sort of a cowboy Midwestern accent. So they can do a search for people that have already uploaded some samples with a Western accent and see if there's anyone that fits their criteria that they would like to specifically reach out to and hire to do their book. So this step is not required, but obviously it helps bring in more customers. They're searching for you instead of the other way around. Now, at that point, you're going to also pick how you want to get paid. There's a couple of different ways you can get paid on this website. You can choose to be paid on a per finished hour, or you can be paid in 50% of royalties. And we're going to come back to this payment later on here in the video. And then once you've got your profile set up, you can go out and find books yourself that you're interested in trying to audition for. You can download a sample of the book that you're trying to audition for, and you're just going to record yourself and upload it to the website. If the writer likes what they hear, they're going to reach out and they're going to hire you. So obviously, the more books that you audition for, the better your chances of getting picked up for something. And at that point, your offer then gets accepted, you start recording, and get paid. All right, so we're going to come back up here to production earnings and costs, because we're going to go over how the payout system works. Now, this is written from sort of the writer's point of view, and so we can backwards engineer how you would get paid. So there's two different ways that you as a narrator can get paid. You can get paid for production, or you can get paid in royalty shares. So with the pay for production, in this case, the writer is going to get a 40% royalty. And the rest is basically Amazon's fee, iTunes, all of those guys, they take a cut just for simply promoting the book itself. So for every sale, the author would get 40% of those sales. Now you as the narrator, in this situation, you get paid a one-time fee for your production. So they give you some money right up front, you get a cash payout, and then the author reserves all rights, all royalties. They will be the ones earning money on a consistent basis. You just get a one-time fee for completing your task. Now, you can also be paid as a portion of the royalties. So if you get paid in royalties, you basically split the money with the author. So in this case, the author would only get 20% for every sale that they make, and then you also get an equal share of the proceeds from the audiobook. So essentially, let's just say that a book sold for $10 on iTunes and somebody bought it. So the writer would get 20% of that $10. So the writer would get $2, and you as the narrator of that audiobook would get the other 20%. So you would get $2 for every single sale that the book made. Now there's obviously some pros and cons to each of these. So with the royalty share, it's a little bit more risky for you because let's just say that you put in this time and you do an audiobook, but the book doesn't sell, or it doesn't sell very well. It only sells a couple of copies. So in that case, you're only getting 20% royalties on a couple of copies, so you're probably not making a whole lot of money. But on the other hand, if the book does very, very well and sells thousands, tens of thousands, millions of copies, you could theoretically have an enormous paycheck coming your way each and every month. Remember, with royalties, this is going to be an ongoing thing for the lifetime of the book. So today, tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, you might still be getting paid as long as this book remains relevant and popular. Whereas with the pay for production, you're just getting a one-time fee. Now this can be good, it can be bad. So it can be good if you're a little bit hesitant on whether or not the book is going to do well, because you're safe, you get a one-time fee regardless. But like I said, with this one, there is no royalties. So it's just a one-time fee. It's a one and done. So if the book takes off and you got the next Harry Potter on your hands, you're just going to get that one-time fee. You're not going to get any royalties. So it kind of depends on whether or not you think the book is going to do well or not in the long run, and how bad you need money immediately versus how much you're willing to spend the time to set up a consistent and recurring paycheck system where every month you're getting paid. All right, so let's come back here to the home page and let's look at some of these titles that are available for auditions. So currently there's about 2,600 titles, and we have well over 220 pages worth of this stuff. And you can filter these in a lot of different ways, all right? So you can do it by genre. Maybe you're into the romance or, health and fitness, finance, whatever it is. You can sort by a variety of different topics. You can choose if they are specifically looking for a male or a female voice. You can choose your compensation. So this is going to be pay for production. This is going to be that one-time fee. Or you can search by books that are only doing royalty shares. Now, if you'll notice, the vast majority of books are offering royalty shares. So if you just click on all of these pay per finish hours, that's that PFH, pay finish hours. If you just click on this, you can see it goes from 2,600 titles to 311. So you can tell that the majority of books are based on the royalty share. And it kind of makes sense from an author standpoint because, with the upfront cost, if your book doesn't do well, then you might actually lose money by creating this book and writing this book because you had to pay your narrator, $1,000 per finished hour. Whereas with the royalty share, you don't pay any upfront cost. You just don't make as much money for each additional sale. So it's a little bit safer for the writer to do the royalty shares. But let's just click back on any. And you can also title fiction, language. So if they are looking specifically for Spanish or English books, etc., accents, as you can see, they have a wide variety of accents. So if you have an American or British accent, something like that, you can search specifically for an accent that fits your voice. And you can also click on the vocal style if they're looking for a variety of different styles of voices. Here's that cowboy one that we were talking about earlier. And you can also click on voice age. You know, maybe you have a young child or something like that in the home. You can do some sort of an educational type of a learning experience or something like that, maybe a homeschool project where they can just sit down and read one of these books designed for younger people and, you know, read it into a microphone or something like that, and then maybe you can do the editing or something. But let's go back here and clear this out as well. Now, one thing when you're actually looking for books that you might want to narrate for, one thing to keep in mind is how well is this book realistically selling? So if we click on Steal Like an Artist, here we can see that the word count is about 7,200 words. Once it's all said and done, they estimate that the final product, the final audio, is going to be about 0.8 hours, and the budget is royalty share. So in this case, you would be getting that 20% commission every time this book sells. Now, once again, if that book sells very well, that can be a great thing. If the book doesn't sell, then you basically did the work for free. But if you scroll down, you can come down here and you can see the Amazon sales rank and the Amazon rating. So as you can see, the Amazon sales rank is 20,000. Lower is better. In this case, 20,000 when it comes to Amazon is phenomenal. A lot of books are in the hundreds of thousands or millions. So this is one of the best sellers. As you can see, it has over 4,600 ratings. We can click on this and it'll actually bring up Amazon's website. And here you can see it's the #1 bestseller in art, study, and teaching. So this book is currently selling like hotcakes. And let's see, it's going for about $7.81 on a Kindle. So I don't know how much the audiobook would go for or anything like that, but let's just say it's $8. So in that case, for every single sale of this audiobook, you would be getting 20% of that $8, or about $1.60. Now, when you start thinking about how many potential sales that this book has, that could be easily thousands or tens of thousands of dollars just for narrating this book. As you can see, it has 4,600 ratings, but obviously not everybody leaves a rating. So there's definitely tens or potentially even hundreds of thousands of people that have already bought this hardcover book. So hopefully, if the audiobook does well, that would also mean that you will do well because this book is based on a royalty share. Now, if we just go back, we can click on, let's just say, a different book, maybe, I don't know, this one. And here you can see that this one is paying per finished hour. So this one is going to be a one and done fee. Now here they estimate the finished book is going to take about 10 hours worth of audio. That doesn't mean it's going to take you 10 hours to do the book. Maybe it takes you 20 hours because you have to do multiple takes because you stumble over your words in some instances, and you got to do the audio editing to kind of chop out those sections where you messed up on. But the final product is going to be roughly 10 hours in length. And since they're paying somewhere between $200 to $400 per finished hour, that means that if you did this book, you would be getting paid somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000 based on this estimated 10 hours. Now, the word count here is about 92,000 words, and a good estimate is about 500 words per page. So this is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 180 pages worth of book. But if you scroll down here to the Amazon rank, you can see that this one is a little bit lower. It's 305,000 as far as a rank. It only has 14 ratings. So that one's still not too bad. I'm sure we can find one that is not doing it very good here. Maybe it's in the millions. Yeah, so this book here is ranked number 2 million essentially. And since it's a royalty share book, that means if this book doesn't sell, then you realistically don't get paid. So that's one thing that you really want to look out for, is how well is the book selling and what is the payout rate. You don't really care if the book is selling well if you're getting paid per finished hour, but if it's going to be a royalty share, you want to make sure that it's selling well and it's not one of these lower tier ones like this, because then you're just kind of risking not making a whole lot of money on it. Now, as far as what books in particular to go for, obviously, ones that are going to pay well is going to be very nice. Is you can come over here and sort by default is most recent, but you can also come to best selling. So these are going to be the hottest selling books that are currently out there that are accepting audio submissions. So these are going to be the ones that are probably going to pay the most, at least assuming that it is a royalty share fee structure. So here it looks like you have some, 50 Shades of Grey type of stuff going on. You got some ethnic, some sort of a Spanish type stuff. So you've got a wide variety of stuff. So you can do some very narrowed searching to tailor your results. Now, if we just come back here to most recent, one of the ways that I like to go about things, instead of necessarily caring about how much you earn, is to do stuff that is actually interesting to you. Because if you can make money while also learning yourself, that can be a great thing. So maybe if you're watching this channel, you're interested in, money or finance or something like that. So you can search for books dealing with what you're interested in learning in. So here we got My Big Asset, probably some sort of a real estate book. Budgeting, if you struggle with making a budget, living paycheck to paycheck or something like that. So you can read these books and create the audio version. So hopefully you're learning something and also getting paid at the same time. Now, once you find a good book that you're interested in auditioning for, all you got to do is click on it, and you're going to go here to upload audition. So click on that, and then they're going to have you download a script. So if you just click on this, so here it gives you the first couple of pages of this book. So all you would really do is just turn on your microphone, start reading this in and recording it, and then you're going to upload this back to the website. And if the author likes what they hear, they are going to hire you. So if we come back to the website, once you're done, once you have recorded your audition script, you're just going to come down here and actually upload that file from your computer as an MP3 format, hit submit, and then, like I said, if the author likes what they hear, they are going to hire you. Now, as you can see, the pricing varied, but a lot of the offers, if you're doing the pay per finished hour, are $100 or more, $100 to $1,000 per finished hour. So there's a pretty decent amount of money that you can make on a per hour basis. Now, on the flip side, if you're going to do the royalty share where you're getting a commission, that could be a fantastic way to build some long-term revenue going for you. So think about it this way. Most books are only going to take at most a couple of hours in order to do. Somewhere between probably 1 to 4 hours, unless you're doing an actual novel or something like that. But let's just say it takes you a couple of hours to do it, and let's just say the book doesn't even do that well. Maybe it only makes $20 a month, and you spent, let's just say, 4 hours doing it. All right, well, so that's only $5 an hour for that first month, but guess what happens during month 2, month 3, month 12, 10 years from now? That book can still be selling, getting you $20 a month each and every month. But that's just for one book. What if you had 10 books? What if you had 100 books, each getting you $20 a book per month? And like I said, $20 a book per month, that's not selling very many copies at all. If you're able to find some even halfway decent books that are selling, you can potentially be making hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars a month per book that you produce. If you found this video useful, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys, and as always, I'll see you all again next time. Thanks.